Okay.
So go ahead. I'll let you do the intro.
What's going on? This is Winny. And
This intro sucks.
oh shit. I don't know the fuck. Now you want me to do a dance a jig in the background?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to see some soft shoe.
Oh hell no, not today. All right. Grand Rising, what's going on? It's Winnie right now, and I'm joined with my brother, the one and only Kels. What's happening, man?
Why are you talking like the ringmaster of a circus? Just be natural, bro.
What the fuck you want to do? That was natural. Nigga, I'm a showman. Nigga, what the fuck?
You're showing.
I
Uh,
perform. Nigga, I perform.
okay. Well, if there is an audience, if we don't just only have one viewer, this is possibly the best example of what you're gonna get out of this podcast. Um, Complete opposites, similar taste in things, but different viewpoints. You're gonna get some pretty good views, some pretty good viewpoints, some perspectives that you may or may not need, and possibly uh, some takeaways that might be funny, maybe a little bit harsh. We may coddle you sometimes. You can get
Everybody
a
need
little
a
bit of
hug.
everything. Yeah, everybody needs a
Everybody need
hug.
a hug. Yeah,
Um, yeah, we can get straight into it, man.
let's
I
do
think
it.
the theme that we had for this one was what
Rela-
dating
Dating
it.
and relationship boundaries. Let's do it.
Oh, dating and relationship boundaries. What are some of the boundaries that you have when dating?
Oh man, to tell you the truth, I just want somebody to be genuine. I like acceptance, man. If you can do accountability and acceptance, man, you got me 100%. Um, not taking advantage of me either. Like, you know what I mean? Don't take my kindness
Mhm.
for weakness. And I treat you definitely like, you should be treated. To say I put you on a pedestal, no, I won't do that. But I will definitely treat you like you're loved. 100%.
Okay. So those are the things that you want, but what are some of the boundaries that you have? Like a boundary for me, if a chick got ugly feet, I can't do it. I don't like looking at ugly feet.
Not ugly feet. Yeah. Okay. I can see that. Like ugly feet on a woman is horrible. You're not gonna see the toes 90% of the times, but when she do want to put on her toes, put on little heels, whatever like that, you want it to look good.
Yeah, we
I
hop in the
agree.
bed. I don't want to see, Uncle Fester's toes creeping from up underneath the blanket or squiggling around in
Tearing up your
the damn
sheets,
rug. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cutting up my legs. Like we can't
but
do
you know,
that.
you know, your feet got to be right too. Your feet got to be on point, and I tell
But
you
I
right
wear
now,
socks about 98% of the time.
so you're not being genuine.
No, that's absolutely okay. So here's another question. Do you have to give everything that you expect?
Absolutely. The reason why I say that because if you're expecting a person to be something that you desire,
Mm.
it has to be give and take on that, and that's what partnership comes in to play. It's a full understanding of yourself, and it's a full understanding of your partner too. And I think space is necessary, definitely.
I
Um,
think that's fair, but at the same time, say you want your girl to be a banger, right?
okay,
You want her to be good looking, have all the things, the front, the back, the face got to be right. Do you have to bring all of those things too? I feel like
absolutely,
this functions from a woman and functions from a man because a woman can expect, hey, I want a dude that clean the damn gutters.
absolutely, and they do most of the time. Like
Yeah,
90% of the time, she wants you to be handy with the hammer,
yeah.
in,
So
in both ways, in the bedroom and in real life. Like she do not
but
feel like it.
you wouldn't expect that from your woman though.
No,
So there you go. So you can expect things and not need them back at the same time,
absolutely, I
or
agree.
have boundaries that don't need to be reciprocated as well. Like if you say, "Hey, I don't like holding hands," and your girl says she does like holding hands, who wins that?
See that's a funny one right there. That goes into like the touch, the sense, the loving touch. and I like, to hold hands sometimes. I like to be I like to be cuddled.
Soft
You know what I mean? Yeah, I love it all. I love it all. I love the affection because it brings for me, I guess through childhood trauma or whatever may have you, it brings a comfort to me. It brings, a sense of warmth. Like you kind of want to be around me. You don't need to be around me, but you want to be around me
Right.
type thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a good thing for me. I don't want to do it all the time. God damn, I don't want to do it all the time.
Now that's
Um,
fair.
you know
I
what I
think
mean?
those are
'Cause
things
I
that you
think
should
that'd be
share with your
super
woman.
annoying.
Mm.
I'm tall. I'm about, you know what I mean, and we trying to get past a certain, and it becomes a hassle. But for the aesthetic of like, walking on the beach or taking a walk to the park or whatever like that, holding hands, talking, great.
Holding hands, kicking cans.
And that's it. That's it.
Terrible. 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 Come on, man.
I'm a
That's
old
some.
school romantic man.
Now we know. Huh? All right.
Man, listen, nephew.
So the brass tacks when I'm talking about some of these things where I'm saying expecting things from somebody else or not expecting something or having that boundary in an asymmetrical way. I just been seeing like a lot of angry single mothers online just kind of pressing the issue as far as dating goes, where they're saying like it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if I'm a single mother. How do you feel about that when it comes to dating, especially if a dude doesn't have kids?
Oh man, that's something I've been through more than I like to. Only because like I see the beauty in a person. Uh and I see that, like my profession is taking care of kids anyway. Like I do child therapy, and it's just for me it has to be a stop. I need to stop my idiocy and my ambition to please everyone. That's my fatal flaw, right? So I have been in relationships with, women with kids, and you know it's a lot of pros to it, but it's far more cons to being with a single mother than it is being with a woman without kids. 100%.
I agree. How do you think? I'll give my perspective. I
Go
think
for
that
it.
if you're a single mother, in my eyes, unless the dude is dead, that to me just looks like a poor decision because that is a very grave, like that's something that could take your life off track. Like getting with and creating a life with somebody who you don't see yourself moving into the future with, or maybe you did, and like there's so many ways to, or so many different ways for a woman to become a single mother or a man to become a single father that I think I would really have to like nail down what the issue was that made it not work out and put the chick in that position before I could even talk to her, let alone date.
90% of the time, you will never get the full story. They can tell you just as much to lure you in and
Mm.
get you comfortable with the fact that yes, this person is still around. Yes, but we never did this, never did that, never did this, and I don't need to see him that way, or
Well,
whatever cap.
he already busted the nut. The nut has been busted,
Exactly. It's
so
it's
you
already.
already know that has happened.
But at the same time, like the back and forth, whatever, you know what I mean. They
Mm.
they are always there, even if you're there to the capacity that you're just a father figure and you're showing up for the kids way more.
Mm.
Um, you would think that will get you like some type of admiration and some type of extra perk, and certain times it does. But it's up to the kids, especially if they're older, to let you in fully. You
So you're
understand that?
you're 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 off on a different path right now because we're talking about dating, but you've elevated to being a father to somebody else's children.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
because it's a slippery slope. I feel like it's a slippery slope dating a
it
single mother
definitely you're
because
always if you're dating
Mhm,
anyone that is dating a woman, a single mother,
mhm,
in some way you're gonna be some type of father figure. Like you're not. She's not. If she introduced you to the kids, it's a
mhm.
reason. It's a
Absolutely.
reason.
Yeah.
If she keeps you a secret, great. Y'all have your best secret life in the world.
Mm.
Enjoy it. Have fun. Make it casual. Don't make it serious. And just make sure y'all understand that on both ends. Now, if she falls in love with you, it's up to you to
So I was
take the
about to say
chance.
there's pros and cons because you can make a mistake in that regard too. You saying keep it casual. Now, if what if you get a single mother pregnant? Now you in it. Now you a part of the team. Now you on the St. Louis Rams.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You
You just got
definitely in it,
drafted.
in it. I mean, you can listen, but women are so crafty, man. You can still be the secret, and they ain't got to tell the truth at all.
Or they just pop up with a new baby that looks completely
Yeah,
different
that's
from the
not.
last one.
I adopted him from the hospital. I felt like it was tough.
Come
Nah.
on, man. I
Now,
think that's my overall like point for sure. Like I don't suggest anybody do it because even if it's righteous and everything, like if the dude maybe just disappeared in the thin air or he died or whatever it is, if it's a righteous cause and it wasn't just her snatching the kid and dipping out or something went wrong in the relationship and she dipped out or it was just a one night stand and it just didn't work out like that, anything like that, any of the reasons, it doesn't really matter because it's just such a slippery slope that no adult male, especially a young adult male, should have to take on one, that responsibility, a responsibility that's not theirs, and then two, just this chaos because you're
absolutely.
balancing a relationship with the mother and then you're scheduling around football and this and that and the third and all these activities, school activities, and it's just too much chaos. I think there's plenty of women, or actually, there's not plenty of women that are not single mothers.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
we got some stats too. What were the stats? You got the stats pulled up? 72% of mothers in the Black community specifically are raising children without a partner. So single mothers. 72%. So that leaves what?
70
Less than 30%.
less than 32. So you're talking about 28% of women are single with no kids.
Right.
And that is absolutely depressing. Like like you
Wait.
have to understand, like, okay, now in a standpoint, let's take it from the man's standpoint.
Mhm.
Like I said, I fell into that situation twice. I'm not going to say it's all bad. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say I didn't enjoy myself because I encourage family and that dynamic. But at the end of the day, is if I had a choice, uh, would I do it again? Maybe. But if I knew that the pool of dating wasn't tainted, and don't take this to heart, don't take this any type of way, please don't. With single mothers, man, I will be more
Tainted. Tainted is a
ambitious.
crazy,
It
crazy
is a crazy.
vocabulary
That's why I
pull,
said
man.
don't take it any type of way. I'm not trying to bash
These hoes
anybody
is
because you like
tainted with
like I
children.
said, like if I'm on a dating site or if I'm just walking casually through Starbucks or the
Mhm.
grocery store and I see something that catches my eye and I want to approach, and then it starts off casual, very cool, calm, and direct. I get the number, and then that's when they tell you, like,
And
"Hey,
now I can't go out this weekend. John, I got a
the
football
kids."
game. Ooh, damn. And that, see,
Like,
now then you gotta retreat.
yo,
You gotta or
you
figure it
do.
out on the spot because What happens when you go out on that day? Because I've ran into that too, where you get past everything, and I don't know how. Maybe it was just being young and dumb, but you don't
You
really
still
think
young and
under.
dumb, but go ahead.
If you say so, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. But under 30, you don't really realize how many women have children, so you don't even ask. Now, obviously, in our 30s, of course, one of the first things you're gonna say, "You got kids? What's going on? What's the home life? You just single? You divorced?" Like, there's a lot of life that happens under 30 and over 30, and you don't
And
really
that's
think about those things. So you may get all the way to the first date or all the way to walking through the park or whatever it is, and Shorty pops up with, "My bad, I gotta move the car. Let me get the car seat out the back. I gotta bring it to my mother because she babysitting my kids." Whoa, 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 whoa. Plural. Like you're taken aback. And do you think that that's a righteous thing to do? Do you think that that's okay? Do you think that dating is an isolated experience that doesn't even need to be, as you said, tainted with the thought of the children if it's not necessary at that point? Do you think a woman has to be forthcoming with that?
I think it's up to comfortability a lot of times, and it's scary for a woman to come up to a man that's single that they might be interested in, that might have the resources or whatever that they are looking for in a man, to come out and just say it like that. But it has to be some type of like, forefront thought to come up to a man and say, listen, you cool and everything like that, but before we take it
Watch
further,
the hitting the desk because you can hear that on
oh,
the.
oh my
Go
fault.
ahead. Yeah.
Um, tell I'm new at this, right? But if it comes down to it, if she's forthcoming, that shows a lot of it shows a lot of good qualities in that.
Is it just being honest is a good quality?
It
Like
really
just
is.
just
It
being.
really is coming from like certain women, not all women, not all women. A lot of women are forthcoming and they are honest and they tell you the truth and things like
Mm,
that. But a lot of women don't. They just play the game and just see where it leads them. You know what I
oof.
mean?
That sounds like what we do though. That sounds like
And
what men do. I mean, we
not
just
well, we
throwing
we
the
play
ball out,
that
seeing what land.
we played the numbers game, you know what I mean? We play
Mhm.
that all the time. We see how many people are interested, and whoever's interested, I put you on a roster. And if
Right.
you
I like who
surpass,
likes me.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And if you surpass the leaderboard and you beat out all your you beat out all your opponents, hey, you just got the top spot. Congratulations. Where women is though, it's so easy for them to just pick and choose and, want what they want and things like that because they have something that we desire,
Mm.
when we think with our flesh. Um, 70% of the time, I think we think with our flesh, you know
I
what I
think a
mean?
lot of women think with their flesh too, because I mean,
In
sex is
certain
pretty
situations,
readily available.
I think they think what they can get out of it.
So you
You know
think
what
they're
I mean?
using it as a bargaining chip as opposed to
Oh,
us, where we
most
use it
definitely.
as.
Yeah, like definitely. Like we come with the, a lot of us come with the finances, a lot of us come with, certain qualities that a woman needs as a survival tactic of a woman, if she doesn't have it like that, or she has some blockage like with the kids and being a single mother and she can't get ahead, she might be on a welfare system, she might be here, there, and third. She's gonna look for the suitor that can kind of like save her in a way, you know what I mean, or help her get out of the situation or teach her how to get out of the situation because that's what it is. It's survival at that point in time. Now, if she has it together and she's on her toes or whatever like that, can do it, deal with her kids by herself, great.
Okay, looking at it from that point of view, where it is a bargaining chip, wouldn't that be more of a cause for a woman to be like, or just forego even saying that she has children? Because I've seen that. I actually saw something recently. It was Casanat. Casanat, his girlfriend, her mother was an ex video girl, basically.
Oh wow.
And she has kids by like all these NFL stars and old rappers and stuff like that in the early
Mm.
2000s. And the daughter was resenting her for it. And I'm thinking to myself, did none of these dudes, because she got like 4 or 5 kids, she even has younger kids. The girl in question, cousin has a girlfriend is maybe like 20, 22, 23, something like that.
Right.
And she has like 5 year olds by NFL stars. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, none of these dudes, like they just don't care that she has kids, or did she ever even say it because she was trying to secure that bargain bag?
Man, listen, I have seen single mothers throw it on the internet. I have
Mm,
seen them throw it on and can be like in their 40s, their late 30s, mid 30s, and they look dynamite. Absolutely.
mhm.
And I think, since most of us think what we're visual creatures, so we see it. Oh my god, man, she bad, but she got 8 kids, but she got her stuff together.
Ooh.
We kind of
You'll
debating.
rationalize it. Yeah. A nigga down bad would definitely
Oh
rationalize
yeah,
it. Absolutely.
Pookie, Ray Ray.
Nah, it don't even got to be Pookie and Riri. It could be anybody.
It
Because that,
could
I
be a
mean, that's
George.
that's
It is a couple of Georges around there.
George.
It's
Is that
definitely a
is
couple
that
of
the names that
Georges.
we run with? Okay, can you explain that to me? Pookie, Ray Ray, and George.
I
Pookie and
think
Ray Ray is
I'm
who?
a be I'm gonna be honest. Like Pookies and Ray Rays and stuff like that. This has been a concept that's been trolled around the internet for
Uh,
years, and it's something that I picked up
I've
listening
said it a
to.
couple times.
You said it a couple times,
Yeah,
definitely, but I also heard it from Kevin Samuels.
yeah.
So it's just like when you break down the Pookies and Ray Rays, is the people it's the younger to older generation that can't get it together, and they rely on a woman so heavily to just be the bane of their existence. I'm talking about using their cars and you know hey, let me get the food stamp card, or you know what I
Let
mean,
me get the
or
food stamp.
let me stay with
Let
you
me
because
flip
you
your
got
tax. Let me
yeah,
flip your
man.
tax return.
Right, yeah, like yo, give me one of the kids or whatever like that.
Absolutely. So,
That's
so we're
what
talking about basically low key a mooch.
a
I'm
mooch.
assuming somebody maybe
Yes,
not
yes.
making all that much money if they even have a job, or basically the lowest common denominator. Let's call it
Right,
that,
right, right, right. And
for
and
lack of a
and
better word.
and let's be honest, people do
Mm,
fall on hard times.
yeah.
But it's a difference from falling on hard times and trying to get back on your feet instead,
Mm.
and then just saying F it and just be like,
I'm gonna
yo, all
just
right,
ride this wave.
yeah, I'm a ride whatever wave. She
Yeah.
can be like, she could probably be a big girl, low self esteem. She could
Oh
be,
damn.
this is what they
This is
it's
real.
it's, it's, it's a predatory mindset, and
So Pookie is predatory. He's stealing resources from the single mother or the big girl. Couch
it
surfing.
don't have to be a big girl. It just has to be somebody that doesn't realize who they are.
Would you say of
Period.
lesser value, or are Pookie's getting like a banger, like a 9 or 10 or 8, 9 or 10, like chick who has her stuff together, she looks good in shape? Can a Pookie slide on that?
Yes.
Oh
Reasons
wow.
why? Because women, a lot of women that has their stuff together, like a
Mm.
project, or they like to be in control. Let's talk about control.
Oh, you're cooking. Yeah, you know what? Because I have seen where you got like maybe an attorney, she's a younger attorney, or even an older
Right.
attorney, female, or a high earning nurse, RN or something like that, and
Mhm.
she got Pookie chilling at the crib on the couch, and he's sliding around
Right.
in the Hyundai, a brand
And
new Hyundai.
Honda, but at the same time, she call them when she need them, and she control the aspect of don't be talking to no other females, don't do this, and you be all right. Just
Is Pookie abiding by that? You think Pookie is abiding by that?
whew.
Does he love that free ride so much that he's willing to forego any other coochie? I don't. I
I,
don't feel that. I don't feel that.
you know what? To be honest with you,
Mm,
no, in a way. But if the lifestyle, the sugar mama lifestyle, is fitting his needs and wants,
mm.
why would you?
So
But that comes to a person that's a little bit more. intelligent, a little bit more, understanding of the situation. Like, all right,
Right.
this is the deal, this is the pros and the cons, this is the boundaries. Goes
Mhm.
back to boundaries. All right, but if I step out, I mess up my bag or whatever you want to call it, my resources, whatever, and you just shit out of luck at that time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
So, okay, now we got Pookie pretty much nailed down. So we're building this universe here. So we got Pookie. So if you want to know what Pookie is or who Pookie is, when we say Pookie, that is the archetype right there. So who is George now?
George, oh man, George is the handyman, man. He don't necessarily have all the things that you need financially, but he is very handy around the house, and he is a good keeper. He could do the plumbing, he do electricity, he fix the roof,
Bro,
he could
all
do
I'm thinking about
all.
is George Evans right now, especially when you tied into handy. Like I
Yeah,
just see George Evans with a motherfucking
George,
utility
George
belt.
is absolutely like the white persona of the dead Pete persona. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Um, Hell, it don't even have to have a race, to be honest with you. If you're just, this is your function,
mhm,
this is your task, this is the
mhm.
woman that you are using, manipulating, or just, a cordial agreement with. This is what it is what I have to offer. Okay. I'm not the richest man. I'm not, I don't own a Fortune 500 companies, but damn it, I can fix your plumbing. I promise you.
I will twist the hell out of that damn light bulb.
Yo, for real. Instantly. You will never have to pay for lawn service. You want your kitchen remodel? I am there.
Okay, so that's George. So who? I mean, there has to be because these feel like fringe characters, and really those two seem like they're in the same rank. They're at the same height. You got one dude, he got the bargaining chip of redoing the tiles in the bathroom, and then the other dude, his bargaining chip is maybe
Compliancy.
yeah, compliance and you being able to control her, or a female being able to control her.
Yeah.
Um, so what's the other side? If that's one side, because they seem like those are on one side of the spectrum, what's the other side of the spectrum?
The other side of the spectrum is a
Who's
person
that
that
guy?
that guy is actually doing well for himself, find his peace, and that is most important. When you find peace with oneself, you know what I mean? You're not so anxious
Hmm.
and trying to mend a relationship. Not saying relationships aren't important, but you're not chasing after a woman, and I have been in the category that I have chased, um, because that's where my heart was at the time,
Hmm.
and I didn't like how it made me feel. I didn't like the outcomes of it. I didn't like anything about it. So now that I had time to be in a single format, I'm not in the streets. I'm working on growth, understanding, and centering self worth over anything.
Right.
Because I have in the past put women on pedestals. I thought if I do everything, then you have to do nothing. You know what I mean? But love me and be loyal. Now it's more to that. Now when I go back out there is love, loyalty, and respect.
I think
That's
you
what
gotta bump your head, and this is for like anybody that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Like those years where you want to bump your head for sure and do those things where you maybe put a girl before yourself or you're chasing after women. Yeah, absolutely. You need to gain those experiences to come out on the other side and be able to make well-rounded decisions. So,
listen. Pressure makes the best diamonds.
yeah, or they bust pipes because you might bust a pipe in something at 20, 20, 25, and now you
Exactly.
fucked. So
And now
it's
you got
it's
8 kids.
yeah, so you want to bump your head for sure, but you definitely got to have that strict guideline. Like, hey, I'm not hitting nothing raw. I'm not buzzing no nuts and no skeezers. I'm not going out getting with every single thing that pops up. Like, definitely keep that framework.
Listen, and a
Um,
woman love a reserved man.
what you mean reserved?
Oh man, a man that doesn't feed into the natural reactions that she gets. If you see a
Mm.
beautiful female, you're not chasing, yo, what's going on, baby? What's happening? They love a man that can walk past their ass and act like they ain't there.
It's a confusion thing. It's like
It is a confusing. It's a mind. It's a
Russian,
mind fuck for sure.
yeah, Russian spy tactic type thing.
Right, right, right. But it's just the way that a lot of women, I can't say all. Again, I don't say all,
Mhm.
but a lot of women are programmed that they like the chase. They don't like the pursuit.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It puts them. It's a
They
power.
want to chase, or is that what you're
They
saying?
want to chase. Yes, a
That is an
woman
interesting.
wants
I
to
never
chase.
heard that before.
Man, listen, you got to understand. Like, okay, for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. If you're in a relationship, y'all broke up, she chose to leave, she chose to end it, and you still trying to work on it and stuff like that. So you still
Mhm.
chasing, you still showing up, you still doing the favors, you still, and I'm just spitballing here, but this is some of my actual experiences.
Mhm.
So, and you showing up for Christmas, lunch, dinner, everything. What you need, let's go out on
Christmas.
a date. Everything, man. You hitting,
Damn.
you trying to hit all, you trying to hit
Put
all the
Santa
beats
Claus in here.
of
I-
re of re centering this relationship. You're trying to get this relationship back in
Basically, it's a
motion.
car crash or it's hydroplaning on the road and you're overcorrecting.
Exactly. And the more you chase, this is proven fact,
The more
the
she run
more
away.
she will run away.
Mm.
Okay. So the less you do, when you stop paying them attention, when you stop begging, when you stop pleading for what was to make it what is, man, the tables will turn because the power dynamic of the relationship has shifted. Now she's off the pedestal and she knows it,
Mm.
right? Now she can't play around because she might just lose.
And that's a solid tactic because I'm ignoring several women right now.
Me as well. And the funny thing is, like every time I do, I
Uh,
get the text.
mm.
I miss you. How you
Hey,
doing?
what you
But you
doing? How's
you
your weekend?
wanted this. You wanted all this. And I
Mm.
finally got enough understanding to just walk away and leave it alone.
There we go. That's the word of the day. Understanding. You got to understand what's going on around you
It's no
to
growth
apply.
without understanding.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I think a lot of what we're saying can be boiled down to putting yourself first, realistically. Even with, if we take it back to the single mother thing, really think about, like, that's the first thing I think, but like, hey, what is the best decision for me in any situation, especially in relationships? Because relationships can definitely sideline you and put you in a world of pain if you do it wrong or you get with the wrong person. Not saying that you can control every single outcome, but thinking of yourself first and putting yourself first and making sure you always come out on top or near the top should be paramount. Like that's
That's the
you
only way
can't
a
make
woman
a
will respect you.
absolutely you can't make a poor decision if you're thinking about the best outcome for yourself. The minute you start thinking about other people and putting what they should be doing or how they should pattern themselves or whatever it is, or how trying to solve other people's problems or help other people, yeah, that's fine and dandy, but it can't go above what you got going on ever,
Absolutely. Let's
ever,
take it.
ever.
Let's take it a little bit further. Think about a family member or
Mhm.
a close friend. Hey, man, let me borrow $200. I'll give it back to you when I get paid. And you're reluctant a little bit, but you just
Mhm.
like, all right, that's my boy. We've been down, or that's my brother, or that's my cousin, or whatever like that. Whatever may
Mhm.
have it could be mom and dad,
Mhm.
whatever. And you give it away. You know what I mean? And you kind of try to hold them to just the respect part of it
Mhm.
to do did what they said. And then 2 weeks come, and then you give them a call. Hey man, what's going on? Hey
Hey, my
man,
money.
and I want my money. Want my money. Want my money. I need that. I need that. I need that. Oh no. Oh man.
You got my
Listen, the
money now?
bill. The bill came out. All right. So all right. So I get. I give you another 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks pass. Oh man, I had to get a car part for my. Oh man, my BMW broke down on the side of the road. Man, I had to
Hold
get
on. This
that
seems
fixed.
this seems targeted. Hold on now. Hold on. Now, but I think I have a policy when it comes to stuff like that. I always say if we have some sort of relationship in any regard, friend, I mean, obviously you have there's a threshold. It ain't gonna be I slapped the hand one time. We dapped up one time, and I'm gonna give you $600. That's insane.
I
Like you
saw
should
that
not be
happen
doing that.
too. Just a side note.
That's nuts. But somebody who is a friend, somebody who hasn't tarnished your relationship in any way, everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. Now the second time, you're gonna be on the streets if you asking me.
Absolutely,
100%.
absolutely,
I'll give you
absolutely.
one, and you don't even got to pay it back. You don't even got to pay it back. If I'm in that position, I'll give you one. And obviously, I ain't giving away no thousands of dollars, but I think, especially as men, you should be at least trying to help your friends and your associates, because it's already hard enough, especially for people who look like us. Yeah, I can throw you this amount. Don't, and it's got to be somebody responsible too. If you know your friend be smoking weed all day, chilling, um, eating fucking grilled cheeses all day, just kick
And
back,
why it gotta be
relaxing.
grilled cheeses? What happened to
No,
cereal?
I'm
You
just saying.
know, put
I'm thinking of some
grilled
kids.
cheese
Yeah,
and
some
bread at the
cereal. Be
same
eating
time.
bowls of cereal. Just ain't really doing nothing, and then ask you for some money. Now it's time for some coaching. You don't need no money. You need probably a stern conversation about how you are being an idiot, and you need to get up off your ass and quit being lazy. Sometimes that's worth more than any amount of money.
Absolutely, but that's another conversation because I can put that on the guidelines of mental health and mental awareness. But that's another show, another conversation.
Mhm. All right, so back to the single mother. I got a video
All right,
that I want to pull up, and this is just a question from said Pookie Purveyor. That uh
that was
she
very.
she has a question for you, actually. Here
Oh,
we
go
go.
for it. Go for it.
No man wants to be second to a woman who has kids. Is this a thing? Like, do y'all feel like if you date a single mom that you are second to her kids? And what is it that causes you to feel this way? Is it the way she treats you? Like, what are the things that make a man feel like if they're dating a single mother, they are second to her kids? What if she's giving you all her time? What if she's splitting custody 50-50 and she's giving you 50% majority of her time? And even when her kids are around, she's catering to you just like she would any man, even if you were the father of her kids. I just want to understand why a man would say this to me, saying, no man wants a woman that has kids because he's second to her kids. Is this a thing?
What you think?
Absolutely, absolutely a thing.
But
Absolutely.
is it warranted though? Because I'm honestly, that's a pretty good. If you're gonna put, if a female's gonna put anything above me, especially if they're not biologically my children, that's why you shouldn't even date a single woman or a single mother, because she has to put the kids first. She doesn't have
No,
a choice.
no, she don't.
She's already made a decision that basically locks her into 18 years of putting the kids above even herself.
And no, that's not. But that's not how the dynamic ever was.
How do you mean?
Ever that the dynamic was never in that format because you got to understand. The kids will get older. They will move out. They will have lives of their own. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, Putting your spouse before your kids is necessary to sustain the bond. Because think about it like this: if you're feeding into me, if you're pouring into me, right, you then give me the power to pour into everybody. So the kids doesn't get missed, but they get more when I get when you're pouring into each other. You understand? Because if now we're setting ourselves up for possibly a good life because I'm not going to neglect the kids. If I agree to this union, however it may go, my objective
Watch the beating on the table, Malcolm
oh,
X.
my fault. My objective is to make sure you and the kids are okay. But if now this is not. games and things like that, because that goes both ways. If the child needs to get to work and you're available, we're both pouring into the kids. But by your pouring into me and me pouring into you gives us both strength, resources, and you know to absolutely give the kids more than just focusing on the kids at the time. Now, it is times in all relationships, whether they're married, not married, boyfriend and girlfriend, and they have kids together, or you're just coming into the structure of the household, that the focus just gonna have to be on the kids. Medical reasons, you know what I mean, is one of them. Mental health is the second one. So in
I
those
think the perspective that you're offering is based off of an already flawed situation because there's no right answer because you shouldn't be dating single mothers regardless because this is going to come to a head. Like there's no way around it if you go about having a family in that manner. Realistically, you got to marry before you get married, then have a child,
hmm
and now the household goes God if you believe in that, the man, the wife, and then the kids.
exactly.
God guides the man guides the woman, and the woman raises the children
There
in
we
that
go.
order. But when you're coming into an ecosystem where it's the woman is the head of her household, and she got these kids who she now has to put above her because she doesn't have a choice. She has nobody leading her. It's already done from the that's a CIA mission right there.
It definitely is, and it sounds good on paper the way I just said it, and I put it through. If everybody is willing to follow that same principle, but they're
It'll
not
never,
90%.
yeah.
They're not, because the simple fact is, when you come to somebody's household and they have been playing both roles for a long period of time, they won't let you even think that you're leading this. They will put objections and
This my
no,
house.
we don't do it that way over here. They don't like that. I said, damn, I just bought them some popcorn. Oh, they don't like
They
plain
don't eat no
popcorn. It
popcorn.
gotta be,
They
yeah,
need cheddar popcorn. They don't eat no
right.
no
And
what's
then
his,
and then it's the third party
you're the
questions
bad
and
guy. You
answers. That's crazy. The crazy part is, like, they sit up there. Well, I was talking to the kids the other day and they didn't like how loud you was at the football game. I was like, what? It's like that hit in the face. It's like you can't fully.
that's the thing. You become a villain in your own household if you are not
Exactly.
the head of your household, and it's worse if you're dating a single mother.
And
Because
absolutely worse.
and back to that stat that we just put out, 72% of the women out here, 25 to 40, are in that type of ecosystem. They're walking around with kids where they're the head of the household, where they're the one that has to do everything inside of that household. And you got the other stat that I had, was it 60%? 60% of men, 25 to 40, are single and childless.
Exactly.
So you got single and childless men having to date or in a dating pool that's filled 74% with
72. Yeah.
72% of these basically chaos filled ecosystems. So
Exactly.
to bring it in, how does a person navigate that? If you're 25 in the ranges of 25 to 40, how does a dude navigate that? If they want to be race
It,
loyal, if they want to stay in
it,
the black community, because those are all black stats.
right. So if they want to navigate that, the woman has to be willing. That's just what it comes down to.
How do you mean?
They have to be willing to adjust to a different program and not want to utilize, like, because they at that time they got their masculine energy out, right? They taking care of the bills, they driving the kids around, they feeding them.
Oh, you see? Hold on. Maybe you didn't understand the question, but okay, you know what? And that may be your perspective. For me, I understand where you're going. Be able have the woman able to adapt and move into that lifestyle. For me, I see it as though all those that 74% is off the table. So you're only dealing with 30% because I'm not even I won't even say it's a possibility to be in a relationship with that 74%. Like that's off the table in my eyes, from my point of view.
Agreed, agreed. But from past experience and me, somebody that been there, done that,
Hmm.
um, it really is. It is not conducive to you at all. Uh, and not only that, let's put it further. Okay,
Hmm.
you grow a bond with the kids, you fall in love with them, and now in the midst. Like, people got to understand, I need everybody to understand this: when a woman goes, that child goes. That child is not yours. That child is not your bloodline. That child is not your responsibility. You didn't sign a birth certificate. So when a woman wants to leave, no matter how much you love them, no matter how much you lose, you not only, if you're in love or whatever like that, or if you're going through the emotions, the deep emotions, uh you lose out on not only one heart that you tried to keep, but you lose out on however many kids that she has that you probably gave your heart to as well. It's not a winning situation. It's not a good feeling situation. So for you to put yourself in that situation, 90% of the times we put ourselves in the situations because of looks. Oh man, she bad. Shorty could get it. You know what I mean? Like things like that, and then we fall into a trap, so to speak, of trying to look at the physical and understand the emotional in that aspect. So at the end of the day, when she wants to leave, she leaves. She's taking her kids. She's doing it. You can't stop that. You can't stop anybody. You can't keep anybody from leaving. You got to let them go. And you got to deal with that backlash on your own.
Or just don't get into that relationship at
Or
all.
just don't get into the relationship. Run away.
Run away as fast as you can.
Run
'Cause
away.
I feel like the audience, if we even have one, is seeing this
Listen, that
juxtaposition because
one
you were
person, get
more
this information.
you are way more accommodating when it comes to this subject. Because for me, this isn't even imaginary for me because it's just not going to happen. Like it's not. See kids run. That's it. Bottom line.
Absolutely, but you got to
Now,
understand, like, I'm
if
in an
you're
older brass.
yeah, I was about to say, now if you're 45, 50 years old, sure, because odds are those kids are already grown or about to be out of the house. So sure, you can do that, but you're still gonna have to deal with this chick with 25 years of being the head of household, probably scattered with failed relationships up until that point, or maybe stuck on whoever was before that, the kid's father, whoever it may be. So it's a lose lose if you wait for too long and then try to double back after everything is played out, because now you're dealing with a character, a chick who's set in stone.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the thing is, like for my age bracket, it's
Cause you
hard.
old, you old. How old are you again? 45? What? 50?
You, calm down, youngin. And I listen. We only 6 years apart. Get this right, everybody. 6 years apart. This man is trying to
That's a
come
large
over my
6 years.
head. It's not a large 6 years. Okay, your head is large. That's what's large. Pause. Anyway,
That's
so
crazy. Yo, that's crazy.
well,
I gotta hit the button on that one.
all
Hell no.
right. So what it comes down to, like, I'm not trying to date a child because she doesn't have no kids. 22, 20. I think that is totally crazy unless I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. Shout out to Leo. Uh,
Don't you think
but
that that's more preferable though? Well, okay.
I
Two,
I
you,
I
you're,
I, I
you're in
would
a
like
bar.
I would like it to be, but in like hindsight, it's not a good look.
You're in a bar. And
Right.
an angel whispers in your ear, these are the last two women that you will have a chance with. You
Oh
got
man.
45 years old, got her shit together, but she got kids that are about to be out the house. She has a trail, like I said, a trail of tears, Oregon Trail of Tears.
Man, listen, Blue
And
Magic.
then a 22-year-old comes in, fresh, None of that damage, no kids, no nothing. But she don't got
Ah,
shit, and she does possibly will not have no conversation. Not saying a 22-year-old chick is an idiot, but she just doesn't have the experience that you would have at, let's say, let's split the difference, 35, a 35-year-old dude. Who is he supposed to pick?
whew, man.
You
That
talking
that
about
that that
damaged goods or basically a
that's
clean
actually a
slate?
no. That's a no-brainer. We're going with the clean slate every time. A wise
So
man would go with the clean slate.
there you go. So you can't even say that you would not try to date or be in something with a chick that what you considered a kid, but that's a grown woman and she comes with way less baggage.
Absolutely, absolutely. With that perspective, I agree. I definitely agree. Um, and I think that's where we're at right now, and that's how society is going. We have this big male versus female thing in America right now, and it's crazy.
I
I
think it's
think
only in our generation though, because I don't see. I was looking at stats and it said that kids don't smoke cigarettes anymore. Kids don't really have sex anymore. Teen pregnancy has gone down considerably. So this is a different batch that's coming up. These even as close as 25. A 25-year-old chick is wildly different than somebody saying my age bracket 30 to 35. And
absolutely,
that's a matter of 5 years that they are wildly different.
absolutely. But we have so much data and information now, and let's be honest, like the technology these days, a woman can be single forever and be okay. You know what I mean? A man can be single forever and be okay. It's we're not procreating to stay together. We're procreating just to have fun, and
Oof.
that's where the line that needs to be drawn. Like you have a drunk night, you sleep with somebody, accidental pregnancy. It could be you could have been forced upon. Uh Failed marriages, okay? You divorced him for this and third, he cheated, you cheated, he lied, you lied, who knows? Right? So you divorce situation, or and a lot of times, and it's always been like this, it comes down to money. He didn't make enough. He lost his job. He got depressed, and I couldn't take it no more. So I took the kids, and I
Got
skated.
up out of there.
I got up out of there because he was, or it could be addiction. He was on
Mhm.
drugs, this and third. Anyway, whatever it may be, it all boils down to understanding yourself first and trying to navigate relationships and to avoid certain relationships, hence with kids attached if you're a single male with no kids.
I completely agree. I think there's just no way around it.
you know um and I think it's very like the numbers are so low and it's stacked against you, and it's just like that in itself can take the life out of you right there. You're like, golly, am I gonna have a legacy of my own? I don't have to, rely on another man's legacy in order to, or try to convert somebody else's kids to, love me or understand me like my own biological kids. Because your biological kids can be hell to deal with too. And they
Mhm.
can disown you, dishonor you, and all those things as well. So don't think just because they're your own kids that they can't still slight you.
But at the bare minimum, they still got your last name.
They still got at bare minimum, they still
The
got your
bare
last
minimum, they
name.
still got your
And if
last
you
name.
need a blood transfusion, oh,
Kidney or so, yeah,
yeah,
like
need a
at
kidney,
least
liver, I need something, man.
at least I got a body to harvest.
I gotta that is wild. That is wild.
Hey.
Wow. Wow.
That's real though. Like
But yeah,
we are,
absolutely.
I feel like we are in our age bracket, and I do sometimes wish that I was born maybe 10 years earlier or 10 years later because man, we got a very special age group. This I say 30 to maybe 45, like that generated the millennials. We're We got
100%.
internet really did a number on us.
The internet gave us complacency and comfortability.
Yeah. And a lack of shame because you see everything on the internet. So
Oh
nobody's ashamed of
man.
anything.
It-
Well, I saw it on the internet, so it can't be that bad. Or
it's
it's
pros and
normal.
cons to that. It's
Mhm.
pros and cons to that because I feel like certain things needs to happen and certain things shouldn't happen. Okay, uh I don't deal but not say I don't deal with it. I accept everything, and I accept everyone as they are.
Mm.
But if you're confusing the crap out of me, if I say "excuse me, ma'am" or "excuse me, sir," trying to be my politest, and you turn
Oh,
around and
oh,
say "I don't
you about to kill our
identify,"
ads. You about to kill our ads off rip, bro. It's
uh,
episode one. Please, bro.
all
Oh,
right, all right, all right. Anyway,
reel it
anyway,
in, reel it in.
anyway. Moving forward, we're gonna bleep that out later on. Anyway, so what the understanding is, would you date the question that she formed, like, if if you don't put the kids first, if you kind of put him first, in a relationship, like, what's the problem? It's a lot of problems there. First of all, you're going to be controlling everything. Okay. But you've been doing it on your own for so long, you really don't know how to take leadership. Um, those are your kids. You know what I mean? So if,
Trial,
what was that?
trial.
What's that?
Yo,
That's on my end. Can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you. What was that?
It kept on trialing. Did you hear it on your end?
Nah, well, I think I was trying to put the sound effects in there. So that was me. That was my bad.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's going on? But anyway, going back to our question, yes, if you're willing to date somebody that has kids, she has to be totally compliant to changing her routine, her mind, her system, and everything to adjust to both of you guys, and not just her system and what she's been used to and what her kids been used to for however long. Uh, so if you're willing to do it, go for it. But suggestions, don't do it because it might
Absolutely.
it might seem like she's the sweetest pie, and she may well be 100%. That is probably her personality. She's there for you, things like that. But at the same time, the things that matters to a man won't
Mhm.
be there.
Yeah, she can be as sweet as a pie, but somebody's already taken a slice.
Yeah, a
So
couple of
keep that in
slices.
mind. A
You
couple
know,
slices, sometimes three or four
couple slices.
slices.
Yeah,
Pookie is already CIA tumbled through the window, slept on the couch, and stole some of the pie on his way out.
and still some of the pie and stuff like that, and left some entrails
Oh, damn,
there
there you go. There goes the money right there. Boom, we're done.
you go. We got it. But nah. To her question, no, I don't think it's good for a man to date a single mom. Not putting down single moms at all, man. Like, my mom was a single mom, and she did her damnedest. But the men that she attracted was deadbeats and pookies and ray rays.
There we go. I think that needs to be said too. Like, it's not a smear campaign because everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect.
Absolutely.
Sometimes relationships don't work out. I just think it would just not be in if you're single, unmarried, doing well for yourself, or are about to, or you're on the path to, or just want to. You have that in your mind. Hey, I want to be good. I don't want to have to deal with the stresses of whatever somebody else's things. Like, just forego the experience completely. Don't get with no single mother. Find you a nice woman. A woman can have all of the qualities of whatever you think is correct with a baby without that. There's
But
plenty
if
of
you do get with a single mother, it's your choice. It's your life. You do what you want to do. You do
don't
what
do it.
you can. It's
Don't
your
do it.
choice. But if I can give you some incentive, 60 grand feels a lot better when you're single with no kids than you being with a single mother
Yeah.
with 5 kids.
A woman who is mature to the point where she's bringing in the same as you. She didn't have to deal with the
Exactly.
kids and deal with all that. Single and childless is always going to make more money than with children. Children cut up the bag tremendously.
Exactly. You got to
So
think about trips, vacations,
mhm.
experiences.
Daycare, Pampers,
Oh,
all the whole shebang.
don't forget the wipes, you
Why,
know?
yeah. Because some of these chicks, you got chicks in the dating pool, they got babies.
Exactly. Listen, it
They
is
wiping
nothing that,
asses and going out to the Benihana.
exactly with the cell phone on blast just in
Woo.
case you get that emergency call.
Yep. And then dip out on that bill.
And that's it. That's it. That's when you don't order nothing to eat and just let her eat a little bit.
Get an
Get
appetizer, get you some buffalo
the
wings, man.
appetizers and 2 drinks. That's it. Get the combo if you could, man. Get the combo.
There we go.
There's an
All right, I
Applebee's
think
combo going on now. But
hit you for 20.
absolutely, this is not a shot at single moms, man. We love
Yeah, this
y'all
is not,
all.
yeah,
We definitely
absolutely.
do. But just for a single man that doesn't have kids, man, give yourself a little bit of opportunity and a threshold. Believe in yourself a little bit more, and it's something to come across. It's
Yeah,
someone
some
for everyone.
papa.
But if you
Absolutely.
choose to make that choice, you do what you want. You are grown. Do what you want. We are not here to hinder you. We're just here to give you understanding and advice. That's it.
And I would also like to take your money at some point.
Some point, definitely.
Uh, but this has been episode 1. I feel like this is a really good episode. This is a good test episode. We're gonna see. Let's see what it does, and then we'll be back hopefully next week.
Most
Oh,
definitely.
I said the day. Damn. Well,
Oh, erase that
you know what?
immediately.
I'll bleep it out. I'll bleep it out in post. We out.
We out. One.